It's almost the end of the year, and you know what that means. A new Pokemon game is coming down the pipeline. Pokemon Legends ZA was first showcased over a year and a half ago, and like with all Pokemon games, the trailer intrigued me. While I didn't know at the time whether to be relieved or depressed about the fact they completely shafted Gen 5 and went straight from Gen 4 to 6, I was excited to see what they had planned for Lumio City. The last Legends game had its issues, but it was still a step in the right direction, so I thought Legends ZA will go further in that direction. I haven't looked at the leaks for Legends ZA yet, but after looking at all the official trailers and demo footage, I gotta say, look at these textures, man! I love Photoshop as much as the next guy, but Control-C, Control-V-ing the same windows on all of the buildings is crazy work. You can't even enter these buildings either. There's no actual interior of this store. There's a menu that the player gets presented with a blurry image of an interior in the background. How are you gonna have a game that takes place entirely in a city and have all the entrances be Drake and Josh stores? Also, a thriving city, huh? Yeah, this shot really screams thriving, alright. Thriving like roadkill. You'd think for a city that has tons of lit windows at night, it would constantly have streets filled with busy people. And those wild areas are sights to behold. There's no better place for Pokemon to thrive than side streets and alleyways, am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, Game Freak, when will you be able to make proper HD textures and environments? Hey, how'd that get here? Same old hours-long introduction and tutorial as every Pokemon game. Come on, man, I know how all this works. The least you could do is add some voice acting while you talk my ear off. Well, in the meantime, I can take in Lumio City and see exactly how the game runs. I will say it looks a lot better and smoother than Scarlet and Violet, but that bar is so low that even Satan could clear it. Come on, go ahead and give me my starter Pokemon. I'm still mad that they didn't go with Snivy, Litten, and Piplup for this game. Superior's design was inspired by a manga based on the French, and Polion is a 5-foot emperor, just like arguably the most well-known Frenchman in history, and Litten is a black cat. And you know who else is a black cat? Cat Noir. And you know what city Cat Noir helps protect? Paris, which is what this whole game is based off of. A city in France. But I have a soft spot for Chikorita. It was the Pokemon that I chose all the way back in Gen 2, and it's super cute. So I'm choosing it. So these are the characters that will be with this time, huh? Alright, they seem cute. If there's one thing Game Freak has been doing pretty well over the last couple generations, it's been the main characters. Hop, Arven, Kieran, Woman, they were all enjoyable. It's nice to see some returning characters too, like Albino Shaq. I'm glad he's finally been able to move on after, you know, being forced to wander for millennia after using a weapon of mass destruction. Seeing him really takes me back to 2013. Can you believe that was 12 years ago now? Hold on, this battle system's kind of fire though too. It's a little more thought-provoking than just spamming the same super effective move until whatever you're fighting dies. They really do use these Legends games to do some wacky experiments with the Pokemon formula. I can at least respect that. You know what? Maybe this game won't be that bad. So I've been playing for a couple hours now, and I gotta ask, why are Pokemon games like this? The games are always fun to play. It's nice catching and leveling up your Pokemon, building a bond with the other characters in the story, and exploring every little nook and cranny of the world, just like we've been doing for years or even decades now. This game puts a genuinely creative spin on its battling mechanics with the real-time combat, and everything is super fluid, even switching between Pokemon. Also, even outside of the core gameplay loop, there's a bunch of cool hairstyles and clothes in this game. You can wear skirts regardless of gender. Every day we get closer and closer to being like him. But every single game as of late feels like steps in the right direction without ever quite making it to the right destination. It still feels like there's missed potential to be tapped into. The city does have a lot of verticality where you can go on the rooftops of buildings, but now the stuff on any of the floors feels entirely fleshed out. The core formula is still fun, but Game Freak is going at the speed of a shuckle in their attempts to really bring that full package that some people are expecting. And as a result, you have a split of players saying this game is peak, while others are calling for the mamas of Game Freak employees to be slapped. Oh well. I'm still gonna keep an eye out for Gen 10 though. I mean, the 30th anniversary of Pokemon's coming up, and